that we could have either telegraphed this days in advance, in which people could have gotten on planes and come over here, which would have undermined the exact nature of what this sought to prevent, or we could have done it in a way that inconvenienced some folks for a little while. Can I answer the question? No. I do. There's clearly some confusion, but I think part of it, your network was one of the people that just hours ago told people that General Kelly was unaware of what's going on, and then moments later, he gets on air saying, here's how many times I can brief. So, I mean, with all due respect, I think you have been part of the confusion.
Well, that was Sean Spicer today, taking a fight to the mainstream media during his daily briefing. It's all part of the nipping fake news in the bud. Joining me now to discuss, Liz Peek and Adriana Cohen. Liz, I thought it was another fascinating presser, if you will. And, you know, really, what he was talking about was just absolutely amazing, because they're stirring the fake news right there, right in front of his face, and he's got to keep stepping up, I think, to sort of set the record straight.
Yeah, and I think probably a lot of the country agrees with him for striking back at these erroneous reports. You know, if you looked at the front page of the New York Times today, the misconstruing of everything about this executive order from President Trump was just astonishing. And, you know, polling shows people don't have a very high regard for the mainstream liberal media. I'm excluding friends and family on that. And for good reason, because there is really a lot of bad reporting going on. And at one point in this press conference, he talked about how, I think it was NBC, was actually using reporting from New York Times, and that's what's happening. Someone will get sort of on a tear, and then everyone else sort of piles on, and no one's even doing their research, which is really unforgivable.
I want to listen to John Kelly, because he actually came out, he was very poised, very patient, and trying to explain to the media that they had it wrong, that when they reported he had no idea about this executive order. Let's take a listen to that.
This is not a travel ban. This is a temporary pause that allows us to better review the existing refugee and visa vetting system. This is not, I repeat, not a ban on Muslims. It is important to understand that there are terrorists and other bad actors who are seeking to infiltrate our homeland every single day. We cannot gamble with American lives. I will not gamble with American lives.
Those are all very critical, important points, but he also made the point, Adriana, that he was clued in, that he knew what was going on. To Liz's point, the mainstream media reported that it was utter chaos, and only a handful of people understood what was going on. And I mean, they take these things, and I guess they run with them, but they inflate them to the point where it feels like Main Street is not listening, but it's still infuriating, and it can be dangerous.
Yeah, it certainly can be dangerous, because this fake news and this fake political narrative keeps disseminating thanks to, you know, bad reporting from mainstream media. One way that Sean Spicer can counteract this, and he is counteracting this, is by opening up the press briefing room to more wider net of voices. You know, so he has allowed some more conservative voices in the press briefing room. He's now allowing 5, you know, radio host type of outlets to Skype in to press briefings and ask questions. The more diverse people, members of media, the better, because that serves the American people. Because the mainstream media has had a monopoly on press briefings and how they cover the White House for far too long, and they've done a disservice to the American people by distorting facts that are simply not true.
And Liz, I guess this underscores the need for the Twitter/new bully pulpit. And I like these meetings that President Trump's having, and they put the video out. I think those are informative. People get to watch. They get to come and draw their own conclusions.
Yeah, and by the way, he's going to have a chance to address both houses of Congress before too long. I actually think he should, every 6 weeks, maybe every 3 weeks even, go out to a major city and have one of those town halls that he's so good at, and kind of get people excited again about his presidency. Since he was elected, we have had nothing but negativity from the media. And, you know, it has taken a bit of a toll on the national mood. The people were so excited about electing him, and all they've heard about is what a terrible idea it was. So I think the more he can get out there talking to people, the better.
I think you're right, too. I think it's actually had a quasi-negative impact on even the stock market this week. Thanks a lot.
Without a doubt.